Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. But more importantly, tonight we talk about the town that my family lives in that we love. It's called Celebration, Florida. And so this is a show called Information on Celebration. Let me go ahead and share this little ditty with you that my YouTube producer had put together for us that I love. Here we go.
Information on celebration.
So as people are starting to come in and see the live show, wanted to ask how everybody's Cinco de Mayo was. Today is May 6th, so it seems like there was a lot going on this past weekend. I want to say Saturday was May the 4th be with you, right? And then Sunday being Cinco de Mayo. So it sounds to me like there's a lot of activities out there. Wanted to thank 𝐷_, my YouTube producer. He always puts a lot of good programming together for me. He and his family are out and about enjoying a couple of days away. They are missed and they will be back soon. But we do have a video for you at the end kind of showcasing some stuff in celebration. And we've got some exciting news that we are going to be announcing on Friday. So if you are not members of the Near Disney YouTube channel, please go to that, subscribe and like, because we're going to be announcing some very, very cool things that are very specific to our town of Celebration. So if you're watching, please let me know what village you're watching from. That would be a celebration term that we talk about. Do you live in the main village, the North Village, the South Village, Island Village, or whatever? Or maybe you're out there watching because you have potential interest in moving to our town. And that's great news that you're watching as well. So what we do is we start out each week. We do this every week on Monday nights, and we will tell you what events that are coming up and then do a couple other things. So let me go ahead and start out with that. It looks like in our town, what they're doing is Town Hall is really doing a good job at wanting us to know what kind of recreation areas are available. A lot of times you may want to have an event. You may want to have a party of some sort. And there's these wonderful recreation areas. For example, North Village has an area, it's a covered pavilion. I have seen in times in the past where people even brought ponies there for birthday parties because there's a pool, there's a covered area. I've been there where there have been acoustic guitar players playing, but they're going to do an open house on Wednesday, May 15th. At the North Village Pavilion, and it's from 4 to 5 p.m. So they're doing these little touch points just so you can go and you can see what it's about. You can ask somebody if you need to rent the space for a period of time that you could, and it really makes a lot of sense. Rod and I recently had rented some space at the Jones Room, which is in the main village of Celebration, and it's got like a warming kitchen, had an outdoor area so that the people that came over were able to have their kids play out in the play area. There's actually a playground right beside it, and they had tables set up. And I just think Town Hall really does a great job on that. I'm trying to remember, I think it was a $250 deposit, whatever it was at that time. And then as long as you kept it clean and then brought it back, you got your deposit back. And we paid a minimum fee in order to have access to that. But gosh, we were able to have quite a few people there, and it was a great, great time. So this is an example, but it's going to be North Village showing you what the possibilities are. I think they even have the cornhole group. Did you know that Celebration has a cornhole group? Is that cool or what? They have that. If we don't have it, do you know, you can go on the Celebration porch, which I'm an admin for, Celebration Porch, Living in Celebration Facebook group, and you can say, hey, do you have a book club, or do you have a running club, or do you have whatever type of club? And chances are very good somebody's going to say, yes, in fact, we do. And if we don't, then you're going to be encouraged to start that, which is a beautiful thing because we're all from someplace else. You know, it's not like a town where it's been around for 100 years and things are in place and it's not going to change. We have a group of people that have come from all different parts of the world that have now come to Celebration and have decided, hey, let's create community and let's, you know, get people together with like minds that maybe you like shuffleboard, or maybe you like to play tennis or whatever it is. And so it's really a wonderful, magical town. And this is just one of those examples. What else is coming up? Food Truck Friday. That is this Friday, you guys. It happens once a month, and it's May 10th. It's from 5 to 9 p.m. at Lakeside Park. And it looks like a band by the name of Driven is going to be there. And I think Rod and I went last month, and it was just lovely. You know, the weather was great. You have all these options of these food trucks. They have music. You get to see people, say hi. Wonderful, wonderful town that we have here making that available. What else? Memorial Day is coming up. You know, and God bless, you know, we just had a conversation with some people that were talking about how fun that the O'Donnells are, Kevin and Suzanne O'Donnell, you know, the wonderful people on Celebration Avenue at the intersection of Waterside and Celebration Avenue that decorate their home every month. In Celebration, typically, I think it's 45 days prior to an event. You are able to decorate your home, and then you're normally supposed to take it down 2 weeks afterwards. And so the O'Donnells are so fabulous because sometimes you think, okay, it's just Christmas, it's Halloween, maybe it's Easter. No, no, no. They had Cinco de Mayo decorations up, which is, I think, is absolutely lovely. And I bet if I drove past today, the day after, I bet they've Memorial Day up there just to remind us that we celebrate. We are in the town of Celebration, and that's what we were meant to do, is celebrate. And so thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Suzanne. You're incredible. So Memorial Day, remember that's Saturday, May 25th. It's going to come up here before you know it. And if you haven't experienced it at the Founders Day Park, now let me explain where that is if those of you aren't familiar. So on Campus Street, and, you know, we call it Campus Street because, you know, that's where our K through 12 school was in the beginning. It's now K through 8, but that's also leading to what was Stetson University, remember? And also that is the street where the library is. So how brilliant of Disney to call that street Campus Street. Don't you agree? So Campus Street and Celebration Avenue, that intersection, that is where this big, beautiful flag is. And it's a park. And that is where the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts kind of group will coordinate a Memorial Day flag service. And that's 10 a.m., 10 a.m., yes, on Saturday, May 25th. So I just want to make sure you didn't forget about that. I also wanted to remind everybody the farmers market, which is on Sundays, has changed their times. They used to be open till 2. They've just recently changed it. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Remember, it starts getting hotter now in the summer if you haven't been feeling the heat. And so those beautiful people that are out there selling the fruit and vegetables and the wonderful artwork and everything like that, usually about 1 o'clock, they're done. They're ready to wrap up and move on out. So 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the farmers market in Celebration. Okay. So like I said, we have a big announcement on Friday coming. I did want to share with you, as I always do, I will show what has been going on in the real estate market in the last 7 days in Celebration, so you have an idea. For those of you that live in Celebration, it's good for you to watch this every week so you can kind of see what the market's doing, because probably one of your biggest investments in your life will be your home. And so it's good to know what's going on, right? And for those of you that are watching and you're wanting to see, is it the right time to buy? Is it not the right time to buy? What's going on? Happy that you're watching the show right now, okay? Yeah, so we can give everybody some details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here. Here we go. Give me 1 second. I did some prep work for you so that you can see what I'm seeing, because what I like to do is make sure that you get to see everything that I'm seeing on MLS. So in the last 7 days, I guess I should do this, 7 days in Celebration. And by the way, today being May 6th, there are only 89 properties for sale in Celebration. That is lower than we've seen in the last couple of months. You know, a typical market would be in the 440 pieces of property. And so, you know, we've dipped pretty low, and now we've dipped even lower because we were in the 90s, and today it shows only 89 properties that are available. That's everything from condos to super high-end estates. And so let me just kind of tell you what the touch points have been in the last 7 days here, okay? So it looks like 17 properties were touched in the last 7 days. So uh, kind of quiet on that regard too. So what I've seen is 2, 4, 6. You can see my little arrow scrolling here. There were 6 new actives, but then 2, 4, 5 pending properties, 5 pending properties. So that shows a little bit more active than pending. So that helps a little bit, bring a little bit of inventory up, but not a lot. And then we had 2, 4, 6 solds. So on the solds, I also like to show you what is the most expensive property that sold, because some of you may be sitting out there with $3 million estates going, why hasn't mine sold? Well, it's good to kind of see what's been in the market, what's been going on. So a house that was on Nash, 1070 Nash, it was that is Issa Dorchester. They are some of the most hottest product in the market in Celebration. Why? Because it won the best floor plan 2 years. Oh, I get balloons going. I guess if I do a peace sign, 2 years in a row, because it's a 1-story home, block construction built by Issa. Issa builds in Golden Oak, right? So that is a wonderful builder. They actually have a headquarter office here as well. And the square footage on that house was 4,142 square feet. Hey, Randy. Hey, Amy. Thank you for saying hello. 5-bedroom, 4-bath house, and it sold for $1,825,000. Now that house was remodeled. Remember, a lot of these houses, this one was built in 2002, so it would be time. Typically, when you hit around 20 years, I'm usually looking for somebody to have remodeled, done something major to the house. This one was done beautifully. It was remodeled beautifully. It did have its own private pool, and it was in the East Village section of Celebration. And congratulations, Brian Carlson, for bringing the buyer. It looks like a cash buyer was there. Okay, so I'm seeing some more people say hello. Thank you guys so much. Any questions so far? No? Well, you know what I thought I would do as well, since we have time tonight. There's a listing that makes a lot of sense. It's one of my team's listing, and I want to explain, a lot of times in Celebration, the closer that you are to downtown Celebration, the walkability of getting down to all these great restaurants that we have, you know, the Downtown Diner, the Tavern, Reggiano's, the Wine Emporium, Columbia Restaurant, the Thai restaurant. If you haven't had the opportunity, I want to say we did a video on over 34, maybe 38 food and beverage outlets just in Celebration. Please go and see that video. It's incredible. You would be blown away when you realize, and I bet once Celebration Point is finished, and we add like the Celebration Brewing Company that's coming soon, and we add Peach Valley Cafe and stuff, we're going to be well over 40 choices. So can you imagine? You can say to somebody, you could order something different every day of the month and still not have hit all the food and beverage outlets that are in Celebration. A lot of towns, you know, I remember growing up in Northern Virginia, and we were in this mountainous area, and you would have to drive like 45 minutes to get to a restaurant. You know, it was beautiful where we lived, and it was a lake and everything like that, but a whole different ball of wax. Randy, we're Kentucky residents, but have a second home in Celebration. Love that. We so appreciate your updates on this awesome town. We are away, and always look forward to our visits there. Thank you for your weekly show. Randy and Amy, I so appreciate you guys so much. That's why I do this. So thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate that. So when you are looking, and so Randy and Amy can tell you that this downtown area Celebration, very vibrant, lots and lots of fun. We just recently had an art festival that was in downtown Celebration. Rod and I, because, you know, my husband's an incredible photographer, he was asked to be one of the judges, and then they asked me to be one of the judges because I have this YouTube channel. But I was so impressed with all the artists too that we have. You know, we're getting ready to make a big announcement on Friday, like I said, and it has to do with one of the artists that we met at the art festival too. So there's lots of good things going on. But the closer that you are to be able to walk to downtown Celebration, the more valuable your properties will be. And so we have this property that is a single story home. Once again, that's a big, big thing because a lot of people, a lot of our baby boomers are saying they don't like to climb stairs. So we have this one-story home that also has a studio garage apartment in the back. Now, why is that important? A garage apartment, hey, Steve Burnett, thank you for watching. A garage apartment has potential of bringing income into you. So you could either possibly, maybe you've got a teenager you might want to be able to have up there, or you want to put your office up there or an exercise room up there, or let's say now you've right-sized. I don't use the word downsize, I right-size, and you figure all I really need is the square footage that's in the main house. Guess what? You could rent this garage apartment for just under $1,600 a month. That's a lot of income coming in. And typically, the people that want to rent these garage apartments are friends of Disney characters. You know what I'm saying? Friend of Cinderella, friend of Gaston, friend of, because their families are wanting to make sure that they're in a nice, safe environment, that it's easy for them to get to work. And as you know, with Celebration, the charm of Celebration is so different from areas that I can talk about because I do talk a lot about the different areas within a 25-mile radius of Cinderella Castle. They all have their own personalities. If you were a Disney cast member or a parent of a Disney cast member, you're probably going to want your child to live in Celebration because you're going to feel like it's safe. They can walk around. There's over 50 miles of walking and biking paths. Typically, you know, you've got somebody in the main house that they can count on. A lot of times the parents are the ones too that even will call me and say, hey, I want to pay for my child year for their rent. And so, gosh, that's really good income to have coming in. And if you have a vetted Disney cast member living in your garage apartment, I can guarantee you they have got beautiful personalities, are wonderful, dependable. We had a friend of Cinderella that lived with us for a while, and she was incredible. And so I just can't say enough about that. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you a video. This price of this house, it's the most economically priced single story home in Celebration. And it also has a studio garage apartment on top of it. So that's another plus. Now, the other big pluses are brand new roof on this house. These sellers are fabulous. They are, I want to take care of, make sure everything's good for the next homeowner. They also have Tesla solar panels on the top of the house that they paid for. It was like over $29,000 for that. And because of that, they only had $903 electric bill for the entire year last year, for the entire year. So for those of you that are looking for something where it's kind of, you know, lock and leave now at this point, you don't have to worry about a roof. They just painted the exterior of the house within the last month. They just put a new hot water heater in the house. I'm going to be representing it, so you know I'm going to be working on a home warranty for you, that type of thing, because we're neighbors and we want to make sure we take care of the people that are coming in here. But I would say it's the steal of the day, the steal of the day. So sit back and watch this. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the audio. Here we go. Wasn't that incredible? So the most economically priced single-story home in Celebration, which by the way, this one has that bonus garage apartment. The price is $1,070,000 right now. So it is a little bit more costly to live in Celebration than if you had called me 5 years ago. But I would say to you, don't keep hesitating, because the more that we hesitate, the prices just keep going up and up, right? And as I've mentioned in the show earlier, the inventory is very, very low. So if I'm seeing a lot of low still inventory, it's going to take a long time before people feel like, well, maybe the prices are coming down. I haven't really seen the prices coming down, guys. I just want to be honest with you. And just hope that you'll get here sooner than later. And for those of you who can't move here quite yet, know that you can give me a call, 407-808-9845. I'm more than happy to help you. Let's go ahead and secure the home, and then I'll find a really good tenant for you until you can get here. And then that way you can stop that increase in the pricing and get here, right? That's what's so important, is just let's lock it in, right? So on Wednesday nights, my team, my Realtor Dream Team, they're incredible. They have a show I'd like you to know about. It's on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. And so if you check into the Near Disney YouTube channel, that station, it'll be live on there. It'll also, I make sure it's live on my Facebook page as well. And then if you haven't already, you can go to Celebration Porch hyphen living in Celebration. Oh, actually, it's called Celebration Porch. Yes, Living in Celebration. I'm an admin for that Facebook group, and we put the show through that as well. So feel free, if you haven't, go ahead, ask for an invite. I will make sure I accept you, especially if you put the reason is that you watch this show every week. Happy to do it. Okay? Sound good? All right. Well, if I can ever help you with any of your real estate needs, I would absolutely be honored. I can't thank you enough. We've been able to really have a lot of great successes lately with some offers that we've put in. And we had a closing today. I want to thank Carol Ann. And we also wanted to thank Frank, the family, Frank and his wife, because the buyers also work through us as well. And that closing happened today. So anyway, God bless everybody. If you have any questions, I'm looking to see if there's any questions. At the present moment, I am not seeing any questions. No, I'm not. All right. Thanks, guys, so much. We're hitting about the 22-minute mark. All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.